for that. Time to get into Shadowlands. Oh, I reached stage 19 so far of Shadowlands. I mean level 19, sorry. Yeah, not a problem. I just assumed you meant world boss. Shadowlands time. Alright, let's see if I can stream this Excel spreadsheet and talk about it a little bit. So, add window capture, maybe. Yeah, window capture. Ah, there we go. The Excel spreadsheet, because that's what I have up. There we go. We're gonna hide the stuff for just a second. The question is, can everybody see this clearly? Hopefully you can. And if we need to, we can zoom in a little bit for sure. So what I do is, these are like my past clears. And what I like to try to do is I try to map out each of the floors. And I'll like delete a couple of these every so often. And right now I'll do a new set. And all of these that are highlighted in blue, I essentially always want to save those heroes for these levels. But if we come over here, I'm going to map out all of the floors as I go through what is clearing each stage and what teams I'm using. So this is the team lead, and then these are the characters I'm using. Like, for example, 25, even though Odin's the leader, Thor is the one who's actually clearing it, and the rest are just buffing him. So I find this helpful to refer back to and save every so often. So what we'll do is we'll turn this on and off as we go back and forth through it and kind of fill it out as we go. Again, I can zoom in if that's helpful. Like I said, I played this game like 9 months ago and I didn't understand anything, and I play again and I understand stuff. So with my characters, I can only get to stage 7. Yeah, that's the biggest problem, is the roster, and that's probably why I have such a big roster, is to start clearing this more often. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and clear this out. Actually, I'll save this bottom part here because I don't think much is going to change. We'll do stage at a time. Okay, so coming back here, we're going to turn off that window for a second, and we're going to go into the first stage. So the first stage that we have is, it looks like we have I guess I have to click on each one. That's kind of dumb. So what is this? Combat type. So looking at our list, we're going to change the first one to combat type. Second option is blast. And third option is speed. Okay. So again, just popping that up really quick, all I did was take that top row here and fill out these 3 fields. I probably will use Shang-Chi and go with the combat option, just because I typically use Shang-Chi on my first stage clear. That's just a personal preference. Hopefully this gets more interesting as we get up higher levels. I know these first couple are going to be super easy, and again, as many of you have said, you've already cleared to 7 or 19. Let's see. Where's Shang-Chi? There he is. Shang-Chi is an awesome character. Oh, that's right, because this Nox has never been on Shadowlands, so it's assuming it's the first time I was there. It's kind of weird it does that. If you go to a new device, it treats it like you've never been there. All right. 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Auto attacks. 2, 1, 4, and 5.
You did it, though.
I do find that when I clear Shadowlands, I do my best to try to clear it with a single character. Unless they're junk backdoor characters that I just don't have much use for. And I literally just put them with the team to increase or boost the stat. But if you can clear most of the stages with a single hero, you tend to get further if you'll even notice that list that I posted, mostly I have single heroes for my clears. I find that to be most effective. But Shang-Chi is a great character. I can definitely probably clear up to, I would say, floor 7. But, yeah, I just like to use them right away. Alright. So the next stage here, what do we got going on? We have Blast Reflect. And we have a Speed character Reflect.
Jesus, Bird, it's my ear.
And the last option here is Heroes. So again, popping up my spreadsheet. This is what I got so far. So I filled these out like that. I don't know. Yeah, I probably will use War Machine for this one again because he'll be able to clear that. So I'm going to hit the down arrow just so I'm looking at the second row. I find hard to strategize what characters to do at a specific level, like where I already used them. Huge pain. And it is absolutely a pain. And again, the bigger roster makes it easier to have some selections, and the more you do it, the more sense it starts making. Of course, right now I'm going to go ahead. Let's see, especially when they change it every week. Yeah, and that's why I try to map it out. I tried to map it out to share with my Alliance members. I also map it out so I can compare who I used last time and who worked. And I feel like I got to a pretty decent system, which is pretty consistent. Now, what I'm going to do is I need this gear up, so I never do these middle ones. I always do the outside ones. Now, as I'd mentioned, War Machine can clear this just fine, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my War Machine for this one. And he will solo clear this, no problem. If I can find him, where the hell are you hiding? Jeez. There he is. This is a uniformed War Machine. At present, sniper, same. The sad part is that I have to use 3 characters for each stage because they are not strong enough, so that also wastes my characters. Yes, and eventually... Ooh, wow. That was a surprise. Sorry, I was kept reading instead of focusing on my rotations. Yes, and that will make a very large, impactful difference, which sucks. Wait a minute. Does War Machine does physical damage? Even though he's a blast character? I might not need to check that. He might be hurting himself. But popping straight into his 5 and then his 3 for his shield, which I didn't hit last time. Let that one finish. There we go. There's his shield. 1. Pop this off again. Go straight into his shield. 5. There we go. And this is why I clear with such a lower level with him, because he doesn't have a lot of iframes, and if you don't keep them up, he does get deleted in Shadowlands. There we go. Yeah, I said it again. Sorry, accident. No, you're fine.
Well, you better be nice. You're gonna stay on mommy.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, no problem beating yourself. But yeah, it does hurt, that's for sure. Let's see. So for this one, and I really do pause like this each time and go through and fill out this sheet because I feel it is helpful. Universal, combat, female. Looks like Elsa for female, so I'll go ahead and do that again. I don't think that's a bad idea. So we can use females here, and I'll use Elsa Bloodstone. Oh, might help if I actually hide that spreadsheet. Sorry about that. Do you see something was posted in chat? Give me one moment to respond to that. Yeah. Don't die. Don't die. She has a rotation, again, that kind of makes her hard to hit, or at least spamming her skills, if nothing else, just letting them finish. And yeah, as you can see now that I'm focusing a little bit better, she's taking less damage. And that's what we want. We want her to survive and do the most damage output she can do, or she will get deleted. And yeah, sometimes I will have characters selected for these stages, and I have to play 4 or 5 times just to be able to beat that stage. And I'll do it, just so I can do it with a single character. It's just about finding out which one of your characters are capable of doing what. And I think for this reason why I was tempted to get the uniform for Sister Grimm to make her more usable for Shadowlands. Just because I like clearing it all. I like to have all the free gear, and I feel like it's something to accomplish. And if you do clear Shadowlands, you can do King of the Hill. And I actually have beaten some of the characters on King of the Hill. I've never been the king, but I definitely have beaten the King of the Hill team with some of my teams. Kind of exciting. Yeah, Elsa's got this. There we go. Okay, Blaze, do you follow Beast Mode Gaming as well as Alex? I'm actually not familiar with Beast Mode Gaming. I will definitely look that up. Yes, it is definitely is so you know what characters to use, so thank you. Yeah, sometimes I watch Beast Mode Gaming, but not as much as Alex. I have a question. What is King of the Hill? I will show you. It is a mode that after you beat all of Shadowland, which I'll show you after I clear stage 30, it basically will fight other top tier characters that have... They're actual players. They've cleared Shadowlands, and they put in their best teams, and people try to stay on top and have the most victories. And there's some sort of big reward for it after the Shadowlands season. That's the ultimate goal of clearing all the stages, is to get to King of the Hill. And you can reuse characters that you used in Shadowlands for King of the Hill. Alright. Vulture is who I used for this team. Let's see, we've got Formidable, Villains, Formidable, Villains, and Heroes. Or Formidable. There we go. Formidable, Villains, and Heroes. And, okay, so with this one here, with Vulture, it looks like it's Villains. I might be able to do Formidable with him. Again, I do not like to do the center, because I don't like the... I don't need these. And apparently I've cleared this stage before. So I think this one's the villain one. No, this is the Formidable one. The middle one was villain, that's right. So I'm going to take Vulture. Did I turn off the spreadsheet this time? Yes, I did. Okay, just wanted to make sure so you guys could see. At present, Sniper. Ah, cool. Yeah, I watch him as much as Alex, so I have 2 opinions for stuff. Yeah, and great idea. I mean, I'll even say that in some of my other videos and streams, and even in this one. Always look, research, never take one person's opinion, because they could be wrong. Which is why you'll hear me say so often, like, oh, I don't really know for sure, or it's just my opinion. Because honestly, I do what's best for me. It's working for my playstyle, but I know it's not necessarily the best, and I know I still have tons of stuff to learn about the game. And I need to focus so that I can beat this stage. Skills up, I will die. Ouch, ouch, I might not make this one. Alright. No! Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to have to try again. I definitely know Vulture's capable of doing it. Typically when I clear this, I was doing the villain clear. So I might switch up characters and I just update my spreadsheet, not a big deal. Oh yeah, that is smart. Exactly, Blaze. Yeah, my big thing is, I like playing this game. I'm going to play it anyway, whether people watch or not. However, since people are watching, I want to help you guys get the most out of this. And the best way to do that is to admit what I don't know and just kind of answer your questions in the best of my ability, but making sure that you guys realize it's just my opinion or for what I've seen or tried, what works for me. Alright, this is a little bit better this time. There we go. It's so hard sometimes to let skills finish because you want to spam them and interrupt them, especially with a whole bunch of stuff going on. Letting those skills ride out, or when they get interrupted, which also sucks, is difficult. Some of them it's really hard to see how they finish, and I definitely recommend looking at your skill sets, maybe trying them in preview mode, and finding out what actually ends the skill. Now, yes, some skills you do want to interrupt, but maybe I'm just talking too basic. You guys probably all know this. I like to hear myself speak, I suppose. There we go. Third stage. I think I can. Yeah, and as you'll see, even with my clear teams here, like I'm demonstrating right here with Vulture, even if they're capable of doing it, and you saw this, I think with Elsa, I have the same situation. If you are not staying on top of your skill rotations, even if the character is capable, you're still not going to clear it. Blaze, Beast Mode is a funny dude. He's fun to watch. Cool. Yeah, I definitely will check him out. I appreciate that. Definitely would like to get to know others in the community and definitely check out their stuff because, like I said, I've got a lot to learn still myself. All right, so what do we have for stage 5? This is one of... Every 5th stage is a special type of boss stage. So it looks like black that can reflect, or blast that can reflect, universal villain, blast, reflect, universal villain, heroes. So let's see, blast, physical reflect again. Not both of them are though. This one here is universal villains. I'm gonna add universal into the front of this. And then that last stage was heroes. Yes, it was. So we'll go ahead and pop in heroes here. Looks like I used wasps for some previous clears. I think wasp can take on the hero one just fine. I could always use the new wasp, Nadia, and I probably will end up going that route. So if I go in here and click heroes, which I'll take away the stuff so you guys can see in just a minute, I'm going to find Nadia, make sure I spell her name correctly. And go ahead and utilize her and see what happens. So, where are you hiding, Nadia? Just, you know, just to mix it up. And sometimes I'll do that, because even though your clear list works, sometimes it's nice to use some other ones as well. Oh, it's not going to show her name? That's interesting. I'm just going to have to guess on it. So, Wasp, Nadia. I think that's right. And as you can see, I've already selected her, so I'm doing, once again, I'm doing the 5th floor. I'm doing Hero Stage, which is the 3rd one, and just lost Nadia. Are you able to turn that down just a hair? Alright. I hate characters who cause bleed damage so much. Yeah. Bleed, poison, all of those slow, aching damage over time completely suck. I completely agree. I'm going to pop into her 5, and I'm going to hit her 3 right away, and then I'm going to go into her 4, let her slashes. Ooh. Might need to use the other wasp. That's very painful and not good. Yeah, ouch. That was unexpected. How's Nadia as a character anyways? This is a really bad representation of her because she does a lot better. I actually regret purchasing her. A lot of people theorize she would be a better Wasp. Now, keep in mind I've not invested a lot in her. Her skills look pretty legit, and I definitely feel like she is a fairly reasonably skilled character. So yeah, I feel like she's good. The problem I'm having here is I'm taking on a team of 3 when I probably should have a team of 3 myself. She has a lot of CC, a lot of area control, a lot of lockdown, but she keeps getting stunned by this stupid character right here. So one thing I can try to do besides switching to Wasp is I could try to throw on some extra hero characters that are junk heroes that I'm not going to use for anything else, just to take some of the aggro away. For example, Gorgon I don't use for anything. I don't think I'm using Gwenpool in any of my rotations. Who else do I have here that I'm not really using that much? Domino's brand, I'll use Hellcat because I don't really use her for anything either. So if I like throw them in just to take away some of the aggro, you'll see a lot of her skills are just like CC lockdown control stuff. But if I don't get rid of Songbird, that's what's shutting me down right now. Songbird is stopping her rotation and keeping her from staying out of touch. And if she gets locked down and gets hit, she's very squishy. So you have to keep your control up with her. Her 3 and 5 do a lot of area control. Her 4, you'll see these little slashes. It looks a lot like Psylocke slash thing. Kind of AoE type of a deal. But that's Songbird. Songbird runs away and stuns. I hate the freaking AI on her because it's smart and definitely takes out a lot. You can already see my other 2 characters died, but just by having them present and take some of the AoE away from me, or the aggro, I'm sorry, away from me. Okay, Songbird's gone. I'm a lot more confident now because I really feel like Songbird destroys. Yeah, I've got this now. Now that Songbird can't stun me, I've pretty much got them dead to rights. There you go. You'll see that her 3 is just as little sprays. Her 5 does those attacks from the sky, and she does get a shield just like the other Wasp does. Oop, I did get stunned there by someone else. Looked like Wiccan stunned me somehow, so I might have spoken too soon again. Probably should have let her 4 finish there. And there goes my Flux. I was able to defeat it with her. Let me turn off my Flux really quick so you guys have some actual color. There we go. And I did get my Bioselector, so yay! Now, again, I like to stay true to form just so that I can reference it later. So I need to update my spreadsheet because it wasn't just Nadia, which I did use her leadership, but I had Gorgon and I had Hellcat. So definitely want to track that. Alright, next stage. I'm going to go ahead and do this in the background and just update the spreadsheet. Songbird is so annoying on Shadowlands, it's unbelievable. Completely. And she, for that reason, she works great as some team fights because she will stun and lock down other characters. So, let's see. We got Blast for the first stage, Female, and Universal. So, Blast, Female, Universal. Blast, Female, Universal. So, it looks like Female is the center one. And I really don't want to do that. So what I think I'm going to end up doing here is I'm going to try to aim for this one. So I've got Blast. Now what I can do is look ahead and kind of look for Blast characters that either I can switch places with potentially, or I'll just find Blast characters that I'm not using at all right now. One second. Sorry, I think my mic is picking up the background streams and I don't want to cross that. Twitch gets mad. Okay, so back to it. As I was mentioning, I'm looking for replacement characters. So I'm looking at my spreadsheet right now. So this is for Blast type, so I can go ahead and filter by Blast. Thank you, Rogue, for your participation. Let's see who we got here. Do I have Storm used in any of these coming up? I do not. Storm is a very powerful character. I'm going to go ahead and use Storm for this. So I will switch back to the spreadsheet again. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to update Black Widow with Storm. Because she's a Blast character, she can do this first stage. Whereas Black Widow is not a Blast character. Alright, so let's come on back to that. And let's go ahead and start that clear. Alright. She's got a lot of AoE area attack and damage, so I just do 5, 3, 4, 1, and then I hit her 2, which she'll constantly do kind of like the optic beam. As soon as her other skills are back up, I go back into that rotation because of the area control, and then I pop up her 2 again to lock down with a beam. These come up again, so I go back into a rotation, get that area effects, and then I'm going to go back into her 2 to lock them down. Okay, and again, back into her other skills, and into her 2 to lock them down. Rinse and repeat. 5, 4, 1, 2. It doesn't really matter the order, I just pop up all the skills, and there you go. I know this is completely off topic with Shadowlands, but it's just a quick question. What world boss do you think I should do after Quicksilver? It depends what you're going for, if you're trying to go for materials or not. It also depends on your roster. However, I do recommend that it's a good idea to the world boss who is supposed to be for that month. I'm sorry, for that day. Because they will specifically star them and you'll get extra material bonuses just for beating them. So for that reason, I would look for the asterisks and try to aim for that person. If you were trying to unlock other world bosses, I'd have to get a list and remind myself of which ones you can unlock. I believe Cable is in that list now, I think. And if you can get him unlocked, I would definitely go Quicksilver to Cable for sure. Blaze, you know you're getting Gambit in next update. Well, they gave us a sneak peek. Yes, I did hear about Gambit, and I definitely, as you can see, have 9,725 crystals. I will be getting him regardless of what he's worth. I'm still tempted to get Emma Frost just for the completionist inside of me. Now we are on stage 7. So going back to the spreadsheet again. I'm going to take this down in there a notch real quick. So we're on stage 7. Let's see what options we have. So stage 1 on this is heroes. Stage 2 is blast, heroes, blast, and villains. So this is a heroes, blast, villains. The Star-Lord was able to clear this before. I'm just going to go ahead and stick with Star-Lord because I don't anticipate using him down the road on Shadowlands. So we're going to go ahead and go into Star-Lord on this one for heroes. Let's find Star-Lord. I do have the uniform for him. Star-Lord's not a bad character. I really like his leadership, but there's so many characters to invest in. I've not invested much into him. Honestly, any of the Infinity War characters, Infinity War uniform characters, are awesome and worth getting. Spider-Man, Thor, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange, though, are probably the best, in my opinion, hands down, Infinity War characters for this game. Well, Doctor Strange is the best Marvel character ever. No arguments accepted or allowed. Because it's my opinion and I'm entitled to it. Raw. You can cancel Star-Lord's 5 because it still launches off. Once you hit a certain point right there, you can cancel it and you're still going to get the waves of energy. So you don't need to keep it. And yes, you will see Doctor Strange pop up on his 3, which is pretty awesome. Excuse me. Man, my allergies are really kicking off. My lovely wife, may I please have my water back?
You can throw it up.
Thank you. There we go. Stage 7. Star-Lord. Who? Ha 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 ha. Right? What is it? Quaid is his name? I can't remember. I'm not a huge fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. Never have been. Alright, so now we're hitting stage 8. So let's go back to our spreadsheet. you'll see my pattern. So we just did 7 with Star-Lord, so let's come down here. It looks like Blue Marvel in the past. Universal, so we can use Blue Marvel still. Universal, villains, and male heroes, specifically male. So I can use Blue Marvel on stage 1 or 3 and still hit my equipment. So I don't really care which ones I do, so I guess I'll just do this one and go ahead and grab Blue Marvel again. I typically, if I did a run last time with a character, I try to stick with them in most cases. Unless I'm forced to change them up, that's just personal preference. It's not a requirement. Blue Marvel is an absolute beast. You get him automatically for free by clearing the story mode missions. I like to hit his 5 first, and then his 2, and then go right into a 4, which is a constant stream until his 5 recharges. I also have a shield while I'm using it. So 5, 2, and his 4. Now, that's not necessarily his best rotation, it's just the one that I use and I find success with. And as you can see, I'm just tearing them up. I'm not really taking much damage at all. A little bit, but not much. His 5 does do more damage than his 4, so even if you can lock him down with 4, I would still recommend rotating to his 5 just because of the extra damage output. His 2, he has iframes, so he's untargetable. Adam is an awesome character. I think his name's Adam. Blue Marvel, whatever you want to call him. He's definitely an awesome character. I do like his powers. Peter Quill. Haha! So it wasn't Quaid. Thank you. It is Peter Quill. Alright, that stage is complete. Now we're on to 9. So we have villains, or heroes. Let's go back to the spreadsheet. You can go down 1 notch again. What? Why are you not working? There we go. Did I jump too far? I did. Because I'm on 9. Damn it. Ah! Sorry. Alright, let's try this again. Villains, and heroes. Spider-Man 2099, I can do that on heroes. I might as well, like I said, stick with him again. So we'll go ahead and take 2099. Apparently Blue Marvel is one of the strongest in the comics. I think it's Adam as well. Yes, indeed. One of the strongest of all is definitely Odin. Odin actually is able to single-handedly beat the crap out of Thanos with no problem whatsoever in the comics. And he has, on occasion, in the comics, beaten the crap out of him, which is kind of cool. We're looking for Spider-Man 2099. There he is. According to Comics Explained. Do you know why they give you a free 6-star Marvel instead of any other character after defeating Thanos? I do not, because I don't think I got one. Or at least... Oh. Blue... Okay. A 6-star Blue Marvel instead of options. No, I don't. They just made Blue Marvel exclusive, and it's the only way to unlock him. But I'll tell you right now, even without maxing him out, Blue Marvel is a monster. Even at 6 stars, without 6 masteries, just starting out. And you level up his gear as high as you can get it, like 15, and he will just walk through a lot of characters. Easy on Shadowlands, fairly decent in most game modes. Blue Marvel is definitely a legit character. The only way to get his bios that I'm aware of is to produce them through the material producer. He's not even a subscription character, like you have to produce his bios, period. But it is weird because he's not really related to Thanos or those comics in any way, or characters, or I don't know why Blue Marvel of all characters. I mean, a lot of people don't even know who he is. Honestly, it's the first time I've ever heard of him was through this game. But I did do some background research on him, hit up some Wikipedia, some Google searches, just to look him up, because I always like to research characters in this game. Some I do know and love, other ones I've never heard of before. But I like to know about them because, I mean, you know, they're awesome characters. Alright, we made it to stage 10. It's time for another BIOS selector. Looks like in the past, according to my spreadsheet, we cleared this with an Adam Warlock. Let's see what our options are for 10. Combat dodge, high dodge rate, combat with high dodge rate. Heroes. And blast with reflect. Physical reflect specifically. Blast enemies that can reflect physical, and that is the physical reflect there, so we'll move this one over. I want to say this one was heroes, and this one was speed with high dodge? Something with high dodge. Let me double check that. Yeah, heroes. And this one was combat enemy units with high dodge. This is combat. Alright, I did this with Adam Warlock. I can still do that on stage 3, so we'll just stick with it. I do have a pretty powerful Adam Warlock, so I should have no problem clearing stage 10 with Adam Warlock. Let's see, I have 9 Blue Marvel BIOS, so close, LOL. Hey, you gotta start somewhere. It will be definitely a resource sink, but I don't know, I think I want to max him eventually. There's just so many characters, and I'd rather focus on other ones. Oh, wait a minute, is that the wrong stage? I think that's the wrong stage. I have to do the third one. That looked like the first one, which was combat. I want this one. There we go. That would have been bad. 1 damage per hit. No, no, no. Look how weak Adam Warlock is. I'm surprised they did not have Adam Warlock in Infinity Wars. I mean, because he is the one who started the Infinity Watch, and he's the one who had the original gauntlet, not made by a dwarf. They changed so much in the movies, but whatever. Yeah, Adam Warlock's going to have no problem clearing this stage with little to no effort. Adam Warlock is awesome. He's not one of the best characters, so people get tilted, and there's not a lot that comes with him like with Magneto. But he's legit. He is a legit character, as you can see. Alright, we are already up to Shadowlands 10. I'm sorry, through Shadowlands 10. 11 time. So we have male heroes, females, universal. Male heroes, female, and universal. About the same as last time. Looks like last time I did this with Iron Fist as leader and Moon Knight for support. They do have a tag team duo that helps. That'll work for male heroes 1, so let's go ahead and do that again. And I will show you this whole spreadsheet again at the end. For anybody who hasn't cleared, you feel free to copy it down, pause the video, take a screenshot, and hopefully this will help you clear it further if you have the heroes available, which I understand there is a limit on rosters. Oh wow, 9 though. Guardians 2 teased Adam Warlock after credits scene. You know, I don't remember seeing that. I'm going to have to look that up after this, as well as Beast Mode. Actually, if Beast Mode streams, I can quickly pop in a Beast Mode search in my other window, if I can spell mode right. Come on, Blaze. Beast Mode. I don't know if that's him or not. No, this is Beast Mode Evil. I'll hunt him down later. He's got to be out there. I have a question. Is there any other way to get Adam Warlock without paying 6,600 crystals? No. Not that I'm aware of. Adam Warlock is exclusively, as is Psylocke, as is Magneto, they are exclusively crystal characters. And Emma Frost is also an exclusively crystal character. You can't even get them through selectors. You have to pay for the package to get them. Let's see. Who was I doing next? Male heroes have an advantage in the stage. And Iron Fist and Moon Knight. That's right, I got distracted. I apologize. Iron Fist and Moon Knight. There's Moon Knight. Where is Iron Fist? Where's Mr. Afro himself? There he is. Him for his leadership. I don't think his leadership is better. Nope. And they do have a team up bonus, as you can see in here. Let's go Iron Fist. Iron Fist was definitely one of the higher ranking characters before the X-Men came out for combat characters. So it's a shame he's lost so much, and of course a lot of people do not like his TV series on Netflix. I personally was a fan of it. I thought it was pretty decent. I don't think it's by any means the best, but reasonable, in my opinion. For what that's worth. Uh-oh. Bowie attack. Bowie, I am playing the game. Bowie is the cockatiel. Rogue is the Crimson Billy Kanye. Come on, Bowie. Not right now, kiddo. I really feel like I'm gonna have to turn my fan on. I'm just getting hot in this room. Ooh. Iron Fist is much better with the uniform. As you can see, his 5 does have iframes. Makes him super all over the place. With a fist pass, smash at the end. And of course, fancy speed characters, combat damage characters do so well. I think I should be able to do... Oh, I've got Moon Knight. This is fine. I've got this. There we go. Fan time. I'm sorry. Hopefully that's not too loud. Whew. Cool me off, man. That sucks. I'm in the same boat. I'm getting him one day because I have this collector habit. Yeah, no, I get that, Starboy. Wait, well, then how do you get Adam to 6 stars if you automatically get him at 3 stars? So, you don't use BIOS. When you're leveling him up, you're using other types of material, like even his gear and stuff. Don't use BIOS. That's how. He's like the Black Order, where you feed him any BIOS into him, and that levels him up and gives him extra stars. Did you like the second season of Iron Fist, Blaze? I haven't actually watched it yet. Right now, I've actually been watching reruns of Smallville, and I've been watching My Hero Academia. That has taken up most of my time, and me and my wife are currently doing a full season rerun of Full House, and I had to pause Vikings, which I was in the middle of as well. There's just too much stuff to watch, but it's on my list, and I will get back to it. Alright, stage 12. Looks like previously we did it with Rocket. Ooh, let's see what we got going on here. First one is ice attacks won't work. Heroes and villains. So ice don't work. Heroes, villains. I think we can. No, we can't do that with Rocket because it looks like heroes are in the middle, and I don't want. Well, no, I guess no, I don't. So these is where the stages start getting a little bit different. You'll notice here on floor 12, we have got these selectors. I like to get the selectors instead of just the extra 70,000 or 80,000 or whatever. The extra 80,000. I'd prefer to get the selectors. So I want to do one of these two. This one here, ice won't work. That means anything else will. So I can use Rocket here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with Rocket on this stage. And I'm going to go ahead and clear this first one, which is the ice don't work. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to find Rocket. Again, Infinity Wars uniform. Oh, nope, that's Werewolf. Ha ha ha. Where you at, Rocket? And there are a lot of other characters I have that could also clear these stages fairly easily. Like Punisher can clear a lot of the stages, especially the early ones. Black Bolt can clear a lot of the stages. Groot can clear a lot of the stages. I mean, there's so many characters that can clear those stages. Hulkbuster can, Giant Man can, Mantis can, Crystal can, Valkyrie, Mysterio. I mean, there's just so many that are clear, and I just lost track. Iron Hammer can definitely, but again, I save some of them just in case I need them later on down the road. So I try to use a minimalistic approach and people that I don't feel like I have to have. Can't wait for the 3rd season of Daredevil. That's my shit. Daredevil and the Punisher are amazing shows. I have not seen the Punisher. I did see Daredevil. I felt like the 1st season was pretty legit. I don't know how I feel about the 2nd one, though. My dog's bugging my poor wife. I know. Dogs act like they're starving. They get fed twice a day. Taken out regularly. Taken for walks. But they're cute. They gotta go, they gotta go. They just always seem to pick the worst time. Like when my wife is right in the middle of crafting something, creating something, or watching a show or something. And right now she's watching some of the TV stuff around that judge stuff with Trump, and I don't even want to get into politics, so that's all I'm going to mention of that. Thank you. Yes, Mommy will be back. Please stop screaming. Alright, now we're on stage 13, Shadowlands. So let's go back to our spreadsheet again. So this is 13. First stage is Fire Won't Work, Villains, and Villains that reflect physical. So, Fire don't work, Villains, and I'm sorry, what was this? Villains, enemies that reflect physical. So, Villains, right here actually, physical reflect. I'll just copy that, makes it easier. Copy and paste. It looks like I did Angel on this one, so I could use Angel on stage 1 again, so I'll go ahead and just stick with that. So here's my Angel. Sorry, but I have to go. If you're still streaming later, I will definitely watch. Bye, man. Yeah, no, Present Sniper, thank you so much for watching. As always, these will be in my stream history. You can go to the videos if you want to check it out later and see some of the people that I used to clear these last few stages. You have yourself a nice night, man, and if I catch you on later, awesome. If not, I'll see you maybe tomorrow or this weekend. Alright, Angel time. This is the most consistent streaming I've done ever, by the way, and it's just because you guys are such an awesome audience. You participate and seem to really genuinely enjoy this game as much as I do. So I probably am going to try to make this a regular habit for sure. I mean, I play it daily, as I've mentioned many times. What am I doing wrong? I thought I did the one where... Oh, no, I did the villain one. That was my bad. You notice I was doing 1 damage there. My bad. My bad. Let me click the right one. Again, in this, I want to do the selector, because that's my preference. There we go. About to say, why isn't he damaging? I was like, I know Angel is a very powerful character. And he's farmable. Typically, I like to try to do a 2 and a 4 and then go right back into his 5. Throw in a 3 as often as possible for his invincibility. But his 4 and his 2 keep him in the air. I don't like using his 1. His 5 is his main damage dealer. And his 3 is a heal and an invincible deal. So, yeah. 4 does pull them together, which is kind of nice. 2 just gets them out of the way. I don't cancel skills on this one. I let them all finish. Since most of them pull him out of the way and keep him from taking damage and put him into an iframe state. Yeah. I think that's the proper terminology. Let's see. For TV at the moment, just finished watching the 5th season of Power earlier today, if you two heard of it. I have not heard of Power. That is stage 13 going on to 14. Let's go back to the spreadsheet. Alright, so let's pop this down. It looks like I used Cyclops, and I do have a uniform, so he is a villain. Don't know if that's going to matter here. Let's see, we got villains. Yep, so I can use Cyclops for it. Villains, blast, that reflect physical. We get these as I go. Villains, blast, that reflect physical. Cool. And the last one is combat. We will, of course, stick with the first one here and use Cyclops. Alright, here we go. Cyclops. I like to run to the corner here and hit with a 5, which usually locks them down. And I've got that invincibility mode on. And I just let it kill them. If it does wear off for some weird reason, I just pop it up again. Oh no, that's not good. I might die this time. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes I will get past, but yeah, that's fine. I'll do it again. This is Cyclops with his villain uniform. Damn it, they're right on top of me, so they're damaging me even though I don't want them to. Wow, they interrupted. What a little bitch. Screw you, Carnage. And they're gonna take me down again. Jerk. What a bunch of jerks. Jerks, all of you. Nope. Wow, that's tilting. You usually have a much easier job. If you can get them locked down just right and stay in the corner, it's pretty much a done deal with Cyclops, but as you can see, it is slightly difficult. But I'll get this. I will keep doing this with Cyclops till it's done. I'm surprised it's taking me 3 attempts, but it does happen. It's just part of it. There we go. See how they're all moving back and they're just twitching? That's what you want them in, if you can, and then basically all 3 of them are going to die fairly quickly. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh. There we go. I was worried for a second. Oh, yep. Nope, that's not good. Doc Ock's going to keep coming out one more time. Oh, I might want to move. Nope, there we go. I was worried about that for a second. There we go. Cyclops. Stage 15. This is the last bioselector, but we are going to keep going past it because we can clear all 30. We might as well. Usually use Luna Snow, and it looks like there's only 1 stage on this, which is still the case, and that's pretty typical of it. So we'll leave that alone, and we will go ahead and take Luna Snow to beat this next section. Now, she just got a new Obi, so she's going to be even more powerful than she typically is. Let me turn that off. The spreadsheet is off. Cool. Enter. And where's Luna? There she is. Now, this is one of those stages where you can have 6 people on 2 teams. You don't need that. If you have the right heroes for these stages, you can literally clear them with a single character or a single team. And I will show you that right now. I will take Luna, and I will walk right through. It's awesome, man. Crime drama. It's about a drug dealer who's running the biggest nightclub in order to be more legit, but his past keeps catching up with him, so shit happens. Huh. Yes, Luna Snow is legit. Ooh, taking some damage there from the ladies. But we have some heals that can pop, and luckily our obelisk even pumps up those heals. There you go. One character walking through 6. And the last bio selector. Stick 16. Let's keep going. So it looks like in the past for this one, I was using cable. Let's see what we got for these stages. We've got enemies that reflect physical. So, yep, physical reflect. We've got villains and enemies that reflect physical. Yep, physical reflect, we got that. And the last one is electric don't work. Alright, so cable can work for the first one. We'll go ahead with that. So this is another really weird one. That's not your typical stuff. So let me go ahead and take off that window so you guys can see. So inside of this one, you'll notice here that there are chests. And what you can get, this is like a legendary comic card chest, custom gear chest, and a dimension chest. So this can give you an ISO 8. This one here can give you gear. And this one here can give you a comic card that's legendary. I think I like to use this ISO one the most, is usually the one I go for, so I'm going to go for it again this time, and it's also one that I can actually clear with cable because of the requirements here. But I will be right back in the stepway for just a moment. What are the rewards in the last 10 levels, man? You are going to see all of them as we get through these, because we are beating level 30 tonight with ease. Sorry about that. I am back. Probably should get a little sign that pops up saying, "We'll be right back." But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, we're going to show you these rewards for these last couple of stages for sure, but a lot of them have to do with chests, treasures, and items and stuff. Like I said, I like getting them. You don't have to have them. At least get up to 15 and you should be fine. That's what everyone says, but again, there's free junk. I'm going to get it. Cable will tear these guys a new one. Cable has no problem in these. Same thing as Cyclops, get in the corner and blast them. It's like literally walking straight through. And you'll see here, this will open up here in a second. No, that's right. I actually have to click to open it from my inventory. 17. 3 stages. Depends on what you want. Sometimes you want gold, sometimes you want antimatter, sometimes you want the Norn and Stones of Chaos. So this is another type of award you can get later in the games. I think, and I feel like I need antimatter more, so I'm going to probably go for this first stage, but let's see what we got here. So this is fire attacks are extra effective, villains, and ice won't work. So looks like I did this one with Hulkbuster last time. I don't think Hulkbuster is going to work here. I'm actually going to use Satana, because I know Satana will tear these guys a new one. So I'm going to switch to Satana on the spreadsheet already. Definitely save Jean. Jean is a late game character. Inferno can do this too, but I'm going to utilize Satana because we don't see her in action a lot, and she is legit, especially with that uniform.
Or just scream in her ear, that's fine.
Invincibility and some healing, and it procs fire on them, or splashes fire on them, should I say, not really procs, but yeah. I typically try to keep the 5 going as much as possible, and this 4 takes her off the screen and she throws fire, so she usually brings back 5, so I usually do 5, 4, 5, 4. I will throw in some other skills just to kind of bridge the gap for a few seconds, but it basically centers around 5, 4 to basically eliminate these guys. And watch her life. Her life does heal there when she splashes on 5, so you always want to let that finish. But yeah, Satana, this stage is a pain in the butt without someone like Satana that heals and does fire damage. Yeah, but I'm pretty much able to walk through it with her, no problem. Ooh, frozen. That's not good. 18. Let's go back to the spreadsheet. So it looks like I did this with Hulk, She-Hulk, and Amadeus in the past. Let's see what our options are. So you'll notice these are kind of the same rewards, but there's more of them. I'm going to try to go after this one again, probably. So, Blast. Enemies reflect physical. Blast, enemies that reflect physical. That's interesting. 2 of them the exact same. Villains. Alright, so Blast. Are these both Blast? Or was this one? Yeah, that was Blast. And this one's Blast too? That one's Blast too. I'll be darned it. So, yeah. We can't use Hulk. That's for sure. So we are going to have to use somebody else. So let's go ahead and start looking through our roster. We are going to do this one here with Hulk. Uh-oh. Why did my spreadsheet freeze? Let me reopen my spreadsheet. It's acting kind of dumb. Alright, so we want to do a Blast character. Yeah, Inferno. I mean, we could use him. We could also use... They reflect physical, so Inferno is probably our best bet, or Wasp. I would say Inferno or Wasp, or even Iron Man. Let's use Inferno, just so you can see again how powerful he is. I'm hoping... Well, no, see, I might need specialty fire attacks later. Let me grab Iron Man, because he's not as specific to a type. He's just the general Blast character. I'm going to go ahead and use Iron Man to clear this stage. And Iron Man should do it fairly easily as well. I'm just, like I said, I'm hanging on to that character just in case I need him later on. And as you can see, walks right through. Not a problem. 19. Time for some 19. Let's go ahead and switch on back to our spreadsheet. Apocalypse. Let's see what the options are. Villains. Villains. And villains that reflect physical. So villains, 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 and villains. Apocalypse can do this. I'll go ahead and utilize Apocalypse for this. He will do it fairly easily as well. So this is villains, villains, and villains that reflect physical. So update the spreadsheet. Let's go ahead and go with this one again. I want to get that antimatter. That's just what I'm working on right now. Apocalypse. There we go. Who's the next character you're getting for tier 3, bro? You know, Starboy, I haven't put much thought into it. I mean, I have Doctor Strange ready, so if that is available, I'm definitely doing Doctor Strange. However, out of the ones that are able to tier 3, I'm thinking I might do Captain America next. Is probably the direction I'm going to go in. I had debated spending 3,300 crystals and getting the uniform for Black Panther, but I haven't invested a lot in him, and I don't know if he is better than Captain America or not. So because of that, I'm still on the fence. But I feel like I need a combat tier 3 because I've got 2 speed and 1 universal. Now, the question is, do I want to do a blast? Do I want to take Iron Man and take him to a tier 3? And I might. I mean, Iron Man is a very legit character, great iframes, does a lot of damage. But I feel like I want to hang on to this 10 books just in case Doctor Strange, because I feel like Doctor Strange has got to go tier 3 eventually. And I don't know. If Psylocke can tier 3, I might actually end up tier 3ing her. Or even Scarlet Witch, Psylocke or Scarlet Witch. If Doctor Strange is not available, I don't think I would wait on them. I've never been a huge fan of the Iron Man character personally. Robert Downey Jr. in the movies did make him more entertaining and more likable, but I don't care much for the character in the game either, and I feel like there's better Blast characters, so I don't know. Alright, now we're up to 20. 20 is another big one, I believe. Yeah, Quicksilver. So this one, in the past, I've cleared with Quicksilver, as you can see right here. And this does give you options. That's interesting. I didn't know it gave you options. Let's see what options they are, and I will show you what the rewards are in just a few seconds. Enemies that remove debuffs. Yep, removes debuffs. Heroes. Okay. And the last one is heroes again. So yeah, so it's still the exact same options as before. That does happen sometimes. Let's go ahead and switch back from the spreadsheet. I think we are going to go ahead and use Quicksilver again. I feel like he's 120,000. That's 200,000. I feel like I want to do some Norn Stones this time, even though I could do 100 black antimatter. I think I'm going to do the 25 Norn Stones. So let's grab Quicksilver. He will easily walk through this stuff, that's for sure. And you'll notice stage 20 does not give you the Bioselector option. Nor does 25 or 30. It's just one of those things. Ooh, I thought I hit his 4. I guess I didn't. Or he got stunned and I couldn't see it. Done. There we go. Same, Doctor Strange would be my first because I'm no near building at tier 3 yet. when he's available for Tier 3, that will be amazing. I agree, and I really hope for his 6th ability that they add that one from the movie where he's fighting with Thanos, and like 30 or 50 of them appear all around, and he throws those bands to lock them up. I guess it's the bands of Sidorak, I don't know. I think that would be kind of cool to have that as like his ultimate, and then blasting from all directions at the same time. That would be pretty legit. Let's see, back to the spreadsheet for 21. Looks like I used Thanos in the past, and it looked like there was only one option available, and that's the case. So we're actually, I don't like this, I know, okay, I see. So instead of that, instead of physical only in NA, it is only stage in this case. I guess we can use Thanos again. I feel like I've needed to use supervillains later on down the road. So I don't know if I want to burn through Thanos because he's so powerful. Villains. Oh, so it's a villain stage, so I guess I gotta kind of do it. So instead of only, I guess I can say only villains. Or villains and then NA, which is what I was doing before. I'll do that. I could do Thanos here. It says villains, so you know what? I'm actually going to use Beast and Scourge. Just to save Thanos for later. Scourge does some work. I feel like we can beat 21 with Scourge, and if not, we'll go to Thanos. Ooh, my Psylocke's ready for Tier 2. Yes. Done just Tier 2 her. Awesome, man. Congratulations. Psylocke is a legit character for sure. Definitely can't go wrong with her. Oh no! Those stuns, they do so much damage! Trying to hit his 3 off so that I can get some invincibility up, and then they stun him, and he becomes vulnerable. Like, keeping Scourge's invincibility up goes a long way. Worst case scenario, though, we do have Beast as a backup, and Beast does some work with his uniform. I really feel like he's a weaker version of Wolverine with his uniform, or at least that's just the feel I get from it. No, his stun. Alright, so we're going to do a scream. We're going to see how much I can do here. Like I said, I might need to go to Thanos instead, but I guess we will see. Gotta keep that stun ball up, that 4. I want to fight them inside that little stun wall, because that actually stuns them. And his 5 does this little scream, and he does extra damage for a period of time. Really cool character, Beast. Definitely think he's worth using, as you can see. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this stage with him, but we're going to keep giving it a shot just in case. Not hopeful. We have a minute and a half. Even if he survives, I don't think it's going to be a victory. We're down to the last 2 characters, which is good. I just don't think my damage output's there. I did not invest a lot in Beast, unfortunately. Like many of my characters, I just don't have the resources to bump them all for where they need to be. 1 minute left. It's not looking promising. See my Beast Scream. Electricity again. Nope. Looks like I died. All good. We'll go to Thanos. That's the worst part, when you get towards the tail end and you are unable to beat it because you don't have the right type of characters. It's very frustrating. You know, I can try Maul here. I could also try Hela. And there's Loki. I don't necessarily have to use Thanos yet. Let me try Maul real quick. Stupid stun. Ooh, Maul's getting deleted. That ain't gonna work. Just curious, just curious. Maul does work on lower levels of Shadowlands. Again, a character I just recently upgraded. That's tilting. I know Thanos can do it. I just don't want to burn through him yet. I don't want to do it. You can't make me. No, Loki I use at later stages too. I don't think I have her listed at all. Let me go ahead and try Ghost, because I don't think I have her listed. She's not part of my typical rotations. If this doesn't work, I will use Thanos just so I can move it along, because I know Thanos will work. I feel like her damage output's not there, even though her survivability is, but let's see what happens. I've not tried her in this hive. I don't think I've tried her in Shadowlands at all now that I think about it, but I definitely have not tried her in this hive Shadowlands. So I am kind of curious to see how she's going to hold up. Can she roll with the big boys? That's supposed to be Bullseye? I don't know what character that's supposed to be. No survivability is there. Alright, let's see if we can't take down MODOK. See, you message something, give me one moment to read that. Let me kill MODOK real quick. Nice. Okay, so she can do it. Let's go ahead and update our spreadsheet to Ghost from Thanos. And let's see what she said. Blaze, hear me out here. I'm going to tier 2 MODOK just for the sake of having a ranked character. I'm definitely crazy or what? Ha ha ha. Yes, you are crazy. I would not use MODOK. MODOK is not a very powerful character. He's not part of meta. And I personally am not using him, period. But if you want to, man, it is your account and it's your stuff. What do you mean by a ranked character? Because all the characters go through rankings eventually. So you don't necessarily need MODOK to have someone ranked. But, you know, like I said, up to you, man. Alright, back to the spreadsheet. We are on level 22. Enchantress is who I used in the past. Let's see what we got going on for stage selection. It is an only stage with Venom. Fire attacks are extra effective. So we are not going to be fire attacks extra. We're not going to be using Enchantress. This is probably going to be an Inferno deal, and this is exactly why we saved Inferno. We could use Dormammu here, but I feel like instead, and again, so you're asking for higher floors in the last 10, this one gives you a 6-star Extreme ISO boost. So that is fantastic for Awakening ISO sets, so awesome stuff there. So I'm entering, and I'm grabbing Inferno. So glad I saved him. Leadership, fire resistance, really irrelevant, but we're going to go ahead and use him. Fairly confident he can beat this. He is wearing the uniform, which makes him better. I'm going to go straight into his 5. Smash, 2, 3, 4, which has a heal proc. 4, 1, 2, 5. Oh no! No! 4 is his heal proc, or his heal boost. Maybe 4 doesn't give him the heal boost. Maybe 4, like, I know he heals while you're playing with him. I just don't know which one fires it off the top of my head. And I thought it was 4. I mean, sorry. Yeah, I thought it was 4. There we go. Bam. He is a beast. And he's not even that powerful. I don't have him maxed out. Inferno with the uniform is legit. 23. We're counting down to 30. Back to the spreadsheet. Alright, so we got Inferno, fire attacks, 2 extra on this one. Now we're doing 23 with the Hela. And it is the only stage again, and it is Heroes. So, we cannot use the Hela. That's alright, we have other options. So let's go on back. As you can see here, this reward is ISO 8s. A 6-star ISO 8, 2 of them. So that's what 23 is. Heroes. Do I have Deadpool on my list? I don't, so let's use Deadpool. Let's just take him out. Stop playing around. Get this stuff done. And
oh, you didn't find the toilet, did you?
did she?
I don't know. This is why you have to put it down on the out.
Sorry! Oops. And I'm stunned. Don't stun me.
I got you. I know Daddy made a noise. Sweet cheese.
Sorry.
It's okay. It just scared the shit out of me.
Scared the shit out of them too, apparently. I smacked my hand on the table, my ring clicked, and the bird freaked out and flew in the other room. Bathroom, no less. Good times. Alright, that was 23 with Deadpool. So, back to the spreadsheet. Typically, the next one's Magneto, and you see it's blue, so it's usually something I can use. So let's go with 24. Let's see what we got on 24 here. We get 120 antimatter, and we get a custom gear 5-star for floor 24. Breaking jars. Definitely using Magneto on this one for sure. So I'll update my spreadsheet to jars. Magneto hits everywhere, so these jar stages are super easy. This is a really weird and unique stage. You don't see many of these when you do see the jars. It's unlike any of the other ones. You are basically going to have these jars and you have to break them to decrease the dodge rate of the character. So by hitting, I always start with 4 with Magneto to get his shield up, and then I do his 5, and this will break those jars and hit him on top of it. And then I just do all of his skills. I always keep 4 up, and then I just rotate his skills. And you will just see him slowly take him down. The jars do appear. You'll see them appear in the corners every so often. This 5 will do it. You don't have to move Magneto. You can literally stay in one spot. And there goes my flux again. I will turn off that orange tint in just a second. I apologize. I like it. It's nicer on my eyes. There we go. But yeah, I don't even need to see it. You see the bars landing at the bottom of the screen, or you see the stuff fly behind me. That is because they are hunting down the jars. And I'm not moving at all. I'm literally just spamming all of his skills and making sure 4 stays up. There's the jar, just shattered. Kills it quickly. Magneto is a beast for this mode. This is a pain in the butt mode unless you have the right character. With the right character, you can walk through it. So, my MODOK is currently rank 28,986 in the world. I want to boost it up because he's my first ranked character due to everybody knows that he's trash. So I'm taking advantage of that, LOL. Go for it, man. There's nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't, but not my account. 25. Alright, this is an Odin, Thor, Sif. Typically it's heroes. Let's see if it's heroes again. It is heroes again, so I definitely can use this. In this case, Thor could probably take this out all by himself, but I'm going to use the combo, which I will get 60 Chaos, Stone of Chaos, and I will get a comic card legendary for floor 25. I can do, like I said, with just Thor, but I like to have the boosts from his team up. The only reason I use Sif is, why not? There's no reason I have to use Sif. I mean, I could just easily use someone else, but I'm going to use her anyway. Even he's at tier 1. Boom. Second half. I don't even think I'm going to be able to hit my skill 6 because I think I'm just going to kill them that quickly. Yeah. "15-second clear. That's not bad. 26. We are almost there. We are climbing towards the end of Shadowlands. So it looks like, typically in the past, I've done a Ronin, Loki, Red Skull. Again, this is just up there because of the boost of that leadership and that support character, because he is a tier 3 support character. Now, this does have 2 options. It has one, let's see, this is enemies that reflect physical, and play by eliminating the clones. So we have a clones and physical reflect. So physical reflect and clones. Clones is kind of similar to the jar, but they all do attack you. So I almost want to show you this other mode, which, by the way, again, so this level 3 uniform chips. This here will give you some money and the potential of one of these items down here. As you can see, it can be OBs, it can be cards. Over here, you can get ISOs. I would like to show you this one because you can do it really easily with Enchantress or Loki, but I'm going to do the clones because I want to get some OBs and stuff, so I'm going to go on this one instead. And I will use the team that I was using with Ronin as leader. And Loki, of course, and there's Loki somewhere here. I might as well grab him as I'm going down there. So there's Loki, pull him off the side. Ronin and Red Skull. Looking for that green hood for Ronin. Nope, I passed him up. There's Red Skull. There he is. Okay. So his leadership applies a universal type, so it helps out Loki. And it's 36% all attacks, 36% all defenses. So let's go for 26. You'll just see a whole bunch of clones appear. This is also one of those weird stages like the jar stage. Get my own clones up and then just start wailing. You see those clones appear. I kind of do want to aim for them, even though my clones will usually do the work for me. You want to make sure those clones stay dead because the other guy dies quicker and he does less damage to you. So I do try to target the clones with my own character and let my own clones target the main Iron Fist. Now the clones used to be transparent like my Loki clones are right now, so that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's a glitch or if they just changed it in this mode. Kind of curious. I don't know. So close to victory. How long have I been able to finish Shadowlands? I don't know. At least last 8 or 9 months for sure. I feel like I've been clearing Shadowlands fully for about a year. Saw those random rolls out of that. So we're up to 27. Back to the spreadsheet. Looks like for this one we typically use Jean Crystal as the leadership because of the bonus. Let's see what we have here. There is a chance that an enemy unit activates immunity to energy, which looks like what we have there. A chance for immunity to energy. We will use that same team. That's my typical clear team for this one. Let's turn off the spreadsheet. So for this one here, the reward is a chance for one of these. And we get 10 level 3 uniform chips. So I'm going to go ahead and enter. And let's find Jean. It doesn't really matter who you stick with her. I could use Coulson, but I'm probably going to use him later. Probably use Jean by herself, honestly. I feel like I did magic just because I didn't know who else to throw with her. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw magic in there again. And I've got some other solid characters that could probably do this clear. Again, I've already identified a team that can handle it, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Agent Venom does some Shadowlands, and I haven't used him. Scourge usually does some Shadowlands. I know Colossus can. Psylocke can definitely do these. She should probably do this level, too. I have Spider-Man definitely can clear as well. There's a lot of clear characters I have. I'm just throwing up some that I know do work, and I just, again, continue to use those just to make sure I don't run out of good heroes if I have to use the same types. And I have run into that before where I could not clear Shadowlands even recently because I used up all my good characters. So here's the leadership. 30% increased energy attack applies to all allies. So that's why I'm throwing Crystal in there, and they're all energy characters. Again, Jean could easily handle this by herself. Yeah, I'm so glad that I bought his Ragnarok uni this week. He's doing bits for me. Yeah, Loki is legit. Definitely worth that Ragnarok uniform, hands down. Now, you'll see them here take less damage and their life go gray. That's because they're blocking energy attack. I probably don't need to use energy for this, I think. I don't remember what the specifications were in this mode. But, still, let's clear it. There we go. And now the second half of this. Crystal's almost dead, but you notice magic is just doing work. There's Crystal, she's been taken out. Again, I'm using her for her leadership, so she served the purpose needed. Jean, of course, can die and resurrect. This is going to be no problem. Time limit's more of a concern when you're doing these levels, especially if you have a solid team. Because you have to be able to kill them quickly, not just survive it. Because you have a very short 2-minute window to try to kill these characters. There we go. And I got a comic out of that one. It looks like I had an additional reward of an obelisk. Alright. Oh, froze for a second. That sucks. We'll go to the spreadsheet while that loads. Okay, so that was Jean. Let's go to the next one. Typically I use Scarlet Witch here. Her leadership is pretty awesome. So I again have two choices. So I either have a hero option or a villains option that reflects physical. Glass reflects physical. So this is villains that reflect physical. Alright. I feel like I would rather have these this time. But this is fine too, and at least I can go ahead and use Scarlet Witch for sure on this level, so I might as well just go ahead and do it. So I'll throw in Scarlet Witch. I had Wiccan and Sharon Rogers with her. I don't really think it matters again. I don't even think she needs anyone with her. It just gives I'll just do it without it. Instead of hunting down people, because here's the thing, it's like I don't need Wiccan or Sharon Rogers. I just throw them in for just little boosts because why not? Especially with Scarlet Witch's uniform. She's just going to melt their faces. Oh, I think that's... There you go. That's because it's stupid. I'm gonna stun you. Done. Soloed. Ooh. Uniform. That's not bad. Can't you get awakened ISOs? Yes, you can. I believe that is one of the options out of this. I thought, yeah, see, these are awakened. Scroll down to the very, very bottom. You can get fully awakened ISO as a possibility, as well as Uros. So that's why I kind of almost prefer that box, but it is what it is. This time we get 24 level 3. For this stage, if we go back to the spreadsheet again, by doing levels, I mean. I don't think you can. I think you have to do Shadowlands. Spreadsheet, this is the Doctor Strange one. Typically it's a formidable team. That is the case with this again, so it looks like the pretty standard one. So I enter here. Doctor Strange, of course. I didn't use Clea this time, so I'm going to go ahead and use Ancient One and Clea because of the bonuses that you get. And of course, Ancient One gives blast characters plus 45 increased energy attack. Clea actually can clear stages pretty easily, and I've actually used her quite often to clear stages. I just didn't this time. Let's see. She's a very legit damage outputter for sure. This will be pretty easy, and again, I could do Doctor Strange by himself if I really wanted to, but it doesn't really matter. Go. Oh no, that is not. There we go. Apparently Ebony Maw was still alive and I did not realize it. My bad. Getting her bios is a pain. Just 6-star her recently. Yeah, Clea is very hard to get. But I ended up... You can actually do a subscription to get her if you wanted to. I would just farm her. It takes a long time, but you'll get there eventually. She's needed for Doctor Strange, but even beyond that, I still think she's a fantastic character. This is floor 30, so let's go ahead and finish Shadowlands. As you see here, Winter Soldier, Wolverine, and Valkyrie. Formidable. I'm going to go ahead and go up to this list again so everybody can see the clear for today. I think I can actually... squeeze this down. I think I'm showing it, right? Yeah, I am. Because I don't need to show last clear, just show this clear. There we go. So that's the clear for today, October 5th, 2018. I will go ahead and clear with Wolverine, but there's a lot of people who can clear this stage 30 now. Winter Soldier can solo it. Deadpool can solo it. There's quite a few people who can solo this pretty well. The idea and suggestion was by a lot of people in the past was to clear this stage only with Wolverine, because Wolverine was the only one who was able to handle it. I don't know. I don't really see that as a big issue. So this gives you both chests as a random reward, one of these, and as a random reward, one of these. And again, there's a lot of options and some pretty high level loot and gear that you can get here. This, as I enter, it says take on with a formidable team, just like I had on my spreadsheet. I'm actually sure Psylocke could do this stage as well as Spider-Man. We're going to go ahead and do it with Wolverine just because why not? Or maybe we won't. Maybe we will do it with Psylocke because I never seem to use Psylocke. Does that only apply to Universal? It does only apply to Universal. Of course. We'll throw in Coulson because I didn't use him. Do I have... What do you do? 50% increase of energy attack? Sure, why not? So we'll do this team. Again, just to show you there are other options. It's just a formidable team. Daredevil is a pain in the butt on this stage. Wolverine definitely, and Winter Soldier definitely clear him very, 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 very simply. But I just want to see what Psylocke will do, because I've not tried it before, but I'm pretty sure it's going to work. Wow, maybe it's not going to work. That's kind of surprising. Okay, it did. That's what I was thinking. I was like, that should be just fine. So there you go. Stage 30, Shadowland cleared in 30 seconds.
What's wrong?
Is his foot stuck?
I don't know. What's wrong? What's wrong?
1 second. Bird looks...
What? Is your foot stuck? You want to step up? What's wrong?
Is he okay?
I don't know what happened.
I don't either. He looks like he's fine.
It's okay, Bowie.
Huh. Maybe he just got...
Looks like his feather or something was stuck with.
Well, that's possible. He looks like he's okay, though. Okay. Sorry. Bird was crying kind of weird, so my wife jumped up to make sure he was okay. He looks fine. She picked him up, and he's good. But he was making a... you might have heard it on the mic. But anyway. Who else can beat this level? Is there a lot? I feel like there is. I feel like you can beat stage 30. I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange could do it. Deadpool should be able to do it. Spider-Man Tier 3 should be able to. I feel like Thor could. Scarlet Witch, Winter Soldier, Psylocke, possibly Adam Warlock, Quicksilver, Thanos, potentially, Cable, potentially, Jean Grey, Wolverine. Possibly Tier 3 Iron Man, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Magic could or not, because I've never tried her there. But there's potential there. Those are the ones I would... Oh, yeah. Iron Hammer might... I have never even attempted him, and the way Ghost Panther seems to be being built, and possibly even Strife could probably do it as well. But I've never tried it. But yeah, a lot of... Wolverine has an easier job, especially with the auto heal, as does Deadpool. So those are your safe bets. I just have cleared it with other characters, so I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, so now let's reap all of those rewards. Are you ready for this awesomeness? First of all, my alliance has that stupid thing again. Ooh. Congratulations, challenge MVP. Oh yeah. So here's that King of the Hill thing I was telling you about, and I'll come right back to that. Cool, got some support, that's nice. Challenges, I got some free energy, that's nice. Let me go back to Shadowlands. Right here. This is King of the Hill. Congratulations, all stages of Shadowland have been cleared. King of Hill participation now available. So this is King of the Hill, there's 23 hours, and this is the Master of the Shadowlands. King of the Hill, this is the team to beat. These three characters together, I guess. No, I'm sorry. Each one of these three are the 3 tiers to beat. So if I say ready, so you want to try to beat it as many times as you can and to get a rank. And these are some of the rewards that you can get. 2,000 crystals for the #1 player. And if you reach any of these tiers, you can get a whole bunch of gold. So I'm going to say ready. This is the team I'm trying to defeat. So we're facing off against a Scarlet Witch. let me try and see. These characters are all about like building a team to support each other. I'm not very good at this. I've done it before, but I don't expect much. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. I'm just trying to think who shuts Scarlet Witch down the best. I'm gonna probably go Winter Soldier, and then Quicksilver, and then let me just throw in Deadpool or Spider-Man. I'm gonna go Deadpool this time, just in case. It costs 50,000 just to try it, so we'll go ahead and see what happens. And then we'll open all that wonderful loot from Shadowlands and pick our Bio Selector character. Okay, here we go. Already dead, already dead. Wow. As you can see, wow. Nuts, huh? Wow. That's why. I have beaten some of these before, but wow. That was like instantaneous deletion. Let me try it again with Thor. And Jean. Let me try a better leader. Let me try... yeah, let me try this team, see if that does any better. I didn't even know about this. Yeah, right? I mean, seriously, it's pretty wild. But you have to beat all 30 stages to even get to this and complete. Ha 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 ha! There we go. There we go. So I have one successful attack, acquired challenger score at 85, overall 85. So let's try this again. Doctor Strange, Psylocke, Spider-Man? Maybe? Maybe? Yeah. Yeah. Deleted. 96. Who else do we want to try? Well.
Fucking kidding me.
Having fun there, dear.
No, this printer's bullshit.
I don't even know if this is a good idea, but I'm going to try it anyway. White Tiger is the weak point of theirs. I think there's a reason for it. She does a lot of stun and dodge things, so I think it actually is not a... ooh, crap. Moved out of the way of my skill there. That's not good. Woo. Woo. But there is a reason for it, for sure. Probably because if you think about it, and I don't know if this is their strategy or not, but Scarlet Witch is Blast, so she's susceptible to speed characters. So combat, take care of speed characters, and White Tiger does have some lockdown stuff that she can do, and stuns. So that's probably where they're going with that. I don't know. Alright, let's try Cable, Warlock. Let's throw in a Wolverine. Just trying some different combinations. As you see, I landed on a few that were pretty solid. This is probably the last 50,000 I'll blow on this. I don't really do King of the Hill. I don't really care for it. Ooh. Ouch. Almost. Yeah.
How the fuck are you supposed to unjam it?
So that's that. Here's all my wonderful rewards. I get chests and gifts. Ooh, I got a notice too. Don't know what this stuff is for, but I'm going to go ahead and open it. Sweet. And sweet. I don't read them. I don't care that much what they say. I just want the stuff. All these wonderful chests. Let's go ahead and open them. I like to hit acquire all and just let them auto open. Ooh, got a 6-star. 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 That's a 5-star. 4-star. Ooh. Look at that one. Not bad. Gift time. Let's go ahead and acquire all again. 2,440,000. 30 debris, 310 antimatter, 700 gear up kit, 2 extreme boosts, hidden tickets 20, uniform upgrade 10, Norn 105, heroic enchanted Uru critical rate 1, uniform upgrade 50, amplifying ISO 1, uncanny Avengers 1, and obelisk. Now the rest of these are selectors, so we'll start with the stone selectors. I like to choose based upon my lowest owned. This one here, 640,000, 1,000. I will go with this. And I will do that with all of my selectors, do the universal. Definitely going to help with the Ghost Panther. Just go ahead and knock that out real quick. Now let's do our BIOS selector. You can see here I've got a 75, a 60, and a 90. Let's start with the 60. Let's take a look at who we got here. I don't think I'm going to need any of these, so I'm literally going to pick this just to burn. I could get him, but I don't know how good of a character he is, and it's going to take a lot to level him up, and I'd rather be working on level 60 characters. I don't feel like there's anyone I need. I don't have him either. Well, I've got him low starred, because I have like almost all the characters. Don't need Medusa right now. Oh yeah, Hela, that's right. Hela for the uniform upgrade. Good thing I remembered that. Because I want to get her mythic uniform so that I can finish my collection. So I'm just going to select Hela for all 3 of these. Cool, yeah, a lot of crap.